Hey y'all, thanks for tuning back into Chickanic. Hope everybody's having a great week. We are super slow at the shop right now. In fact, I tried to do a trash to treasure video for you, got in my big pile in the back. I'm gonna come around to the back end over here. Oh yeah, I got some stuff under there. Now a lot of this is burned up, so it's all trial and error here, guys. But this stuff's all mine, so let's see what we can dig out. Pulled out a chainsaw, a little Husqvarna that I thought I could repair. Ended up being burned up. First one I drug out, Husqvarna 240. And unfortunately, it's burned up. So that's a no-go. That's a fail. Second one, I went out, I grabbed a steel handheld blower. Coming on over here, just picked up this side. And I got this scary, scary looking handheld steel blower. Looks like we've stolen the air filter assembly off of it. I have no idea. Tag's gone. What was wrong with it? Let's check it out. And I thought this one had a ton of potential. Checked compression, had 120 pounds. The piston and cylinder looked beautiful. I went ahead and put a carburetor kit on it. Filmed the entire thing to go out first pull. Something didn't sound right. Parameter. She popped off. Oh, guys, she just popped off. Taking her off choke. Something sounds a little rattly, though. I don't know. Choke her again. No. Oh, no. What happened? Oh, come on. It's so close. I don't know. I gotta look at her. It started clanking and actually almost wanted to take off that first pull, but then never hit again. Tore it apart to find out that the piston rod bearing blew out. So my trash to treasure video was not going well. So since I gave up on that, I thought I'd let you in on some insider secrets today. Some things that you need to think about right now. So with all this extra time we have on our hands, we've been cleaning up the shop because we got to get ready for this spring. One thing that is happening though this week, if you are in the southern states of North America, we're having a big ice storm. And I thought I would be busier with more generators this week, but it didn't happen. Unfortunately, everybody's going to wait to the last minute. Like my friend here. One of our friends brought in their Ryobi inverter, and after throwing some gas in it, we found, unfortunately, that the entire seam of the bottom of the tank is leaking. With only 2 days until the storm gets here, we don't have time to get them another one. Now, unfortunately, that's an enclosed system, so you pretty much have to have the correct gas tank for it. If you have one with the gas tank that sits on top of your generator, you can do something like this. Y'all might have remembered seeing this generator in one of my old videos. This is one that we actually removed the tank because it had rusted spots inside, and we repaired it, ended up repairing it with JB Weld. Fortunately, after a couple years, the JB Weld did not hold and it started leaking like a sieve again. So just for this storm, we went ahead and rigged up a riding mower gas tank to it, just in case we need to use it. Now, I am not recommending you do that, but in an emergency, you're going to have to do whatever you got to do. If you have a generator or inverter that has a fuel pump on it, you do not need to worry about where the gas tank sits. But if you have one like that that's gravity fed, you need to make sure that the gas tank is higher than the engine. And just one more tidbit of information about your generator in case you do end up needing it this weekend. If you go to start it up and it does not start, it's too late to take it to the repair shop. If you do not have any fire, the first thing you need to check is your oil sensor switch. Now, I've already made a video on this going over how to bypass the oil sensor switch just in case you're in an emergency. I will leave a link to it in the description box below. If you do have fire and it will not start, you might have carburetor problems, which probably 90% of the generators that come in do have carburetor issues. That's because you don't ever use them until you need them. So they just sit around the house. But hopefully, if you've seen my past videos, you got yourself some mechanic in the bottle. Do not forget to try to use it. Throw some in your fuel system, make sure it gets into your carburetor, let it sit for a little bit, and see if it'll start up. If you do not have any mechanic in the bottle, I will leave a link in the description box below. And now for some small engine repair shop insider secrets. This time of year happens to be when all repair shops in the entire United States put in their spring stock-up orders. This morning, I put in my Briggs & Stratton one. Now, although they do stock up orders all year long, the January, February one, that's the big one. That's when you order everything that you think you might need for this spring. But why is this important for you? Well, let me tell you about it. Now, if you have a huge repair shop local to you, they're probably not going to do this, but if you have like a ma and pa shop, you need to check this out. There are purchase tiers whenever we buy stuff from these corporations. Like if I spend $2,000, I get 2% off, and if I spend, $3,000, $4,000, whatever it is, the more you spend, the better price you get. Well, a lot of times ma and pa joints will give that discount to the customers. Like, for instance, if you have a Ryder or a Zero Turn sitting around your house that needs a brand new engine because yours is blown up, if you purchase it now, it's possible that you can get hundreds of dollars off on your engine just for ordering it when the shop's doing their stock up. Because repair shops get huge discounts on engines if you get it during the stock up. The problem is shops don't want to hold on to a bunch of engines, especially when there's so many different ones, they don't know if they're going to use them or not. So May or April comes, you find out that you need an engine, you go to the repair shop, and you're going to be paying list price. But it is definitely possible if you would have went in January when they were trying to fill up those big orders, you could have got a discount. And it doesn't just stop at engines. If you're in small engine repair and just doing it shade tree in your garage, there's things you're going to use. You're going to use spark plugs. You're going to use fuel line, fuel filters, air filters. There's things that you can buy in bulk and get a discount on. If you're commercial, you've got a line of trimmers that all use the same air filters and spark plugs. If you buy in bulk, you're going to get a discount. But this is the time to do it. Because if you wait and you just buy a couple at a time, you're going to be paying full list price. If you're in the tree cutting business, go to your dealer and see if they'll give you a discount on an entire roll of chain. I already made a video telling you how much money you could save, pretty much thousands of dollars if you cut your own chains every year. But just like on this stock up order, I get a huge discount for ordering chain in bulk right now, which I'd be more than happy to relay that discount to my customers if they're helping me get a percentage off my whole entire stock up order. Also, we're heading into the end of January right now. The next few weeks is when you need to go check your equipment and see if it's actually running. If you feel like you need to take it into the repair shop, now, in this next few weeks is when you're going to want to do it. Every year, it never fails. We can be twiddling our thumbs just like we are right now, nothing to work on. And the second the sun comes out in March, we go from being a day out to being 3 weeks out. Because you're not the only one who just realized that their equipment won't run. And last but not least, if you are in the market for some used equipment, now is the time when your local repair shop is, slow. So they're fixing things that they're going to put for sale in the next few weeks. You either need to call and see if they have anything right now or put you on a list when they do get those things repaired. Because it never fails, we'd get 10 to 20 units ready. No one would call. Nobody needs them. The second the sun pops out, we'd sell them all in a week. So guys, hopefully this tidbit of insider information will get you thinking about your equipment and hopefully save you some time, money, and frustration in the future. Before I head out though, I do need to address something. I've had a bunch of inbox messages asking me if I know about all these AI videos that have been put out about me. Each one is about some Chickanic tragedy. And a lot of the comments under these videos are my viewers thinking that they're my videos. I just want you to know they're not mine. There is absolutely no tragedy going on with me at all. A lot of it is about me closing my last shop down. Some people might not have seen these newer videos that I've rebuilt a new shop and that we are up and running just fine. Ron's hip's doing great. I think these videos are sort of funny myself, but I just wanted you to be aware that they are just fake AI videos. But I do appreciate you sending me the messages and letting me know. It shows me you care. So guys, thanks for tuning back into Chickanic. If you find yourself coming back over and over again, think about hitting that subscribe button. And if you ain't tired of me yet, check this video out right here.